Good afternoon and welcome to the latest issue of Print21, the weekly video news bulletin for the Australia and New Zealand print industries. This issue is sponsored by Bulletin, Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press room consumables, and now supplying wide format equipment. Heath Nankervis has become the new Managing Director at Southern Impact, with long-time incumbent Rod Dawson deciding the time is right to exit the business. After 29 years, the last 23 as Managing Director, and in fact exit the industry, Nankervis now takes charge of one of the country's biggest independent print businesses. He has around 130 staff. Nankervis said, "It's an exciting time to be leading the company. Rod's done a tremendous job. I'm looking forward to the next chapter for Southern Impact." As Managing Director of Impact Digital since 2013, Nankervis became a non-exec director of Southern Colour a decade ago and a non-exec director of OnPack 6 years ago. And when Southern Colour, Impact Digital and Intelligent Media merged into what is now Southern Impact in 2020, he was digital director initially, then became sales director just 2 years ago now. Rod Dawson will leave the company, and as I said, the industry, at Christmas, saying goodbye to a business that has grown consistently over the period when he's been there, when many others have floundered. Following the change at the top, former Avato exec Andrew Gasper is now heading sales at the group. He's become General Manager for Sales and Customer Satisfaction. Great title. Southern's majority shareholding is with Gary, Greg and Ray Nankervis. A digital label and packaging business OnPack, that's part of the group as well. That's headed up by Michael Nankervis. The local label printing industry could receive a major boost in the new year, with China looking at ending its effective ban on Australian wine. The Chinese ban, enabled 2 years ago, or brought in 2 years ago through the mechanism of astronomical tariffs, they were introduced as relations between Australia and China hit new lows. And it hit the wine industry hard, and label printers suffered as a consequence. The $1.2 billion worth of annual exports in wine ended overnight are now reduced to just $8 million. The number of bottles of Australian wine exported to China before the ban was approaching 100 million a year, each of course with the label printed and printed locally. That market's never been replaced. The wine label sector is one of the more lucrative for printers, with vineyards often requesting, especially from China because they view Australian wine as a premium product, vineyards requesting embellishments for their labels, which of course embellishments means extra value, which means extra margin. China and Australia have now agreed a 5-month window for China to reassess the wine tariffs, during which time the Australian case against the tariffs that's been winding its way through the World Trade Association courts. That will be paused. Gavin Bloor, the founder and long-time owner of Sydney POP print operation Presfast, has put the business into voluntary administration and up for sale. The reason, he says, because its main client switched from a local direct relationship to a global broker aggregator model. According to the company, the long-term relationship between the company and its client ended suddenly without warning. That was back in a couple of years ago now, and because of that decision, Presfast lost a significant amount, the majority in fact of its work, and has been unable to recoup it in the time that's gone by. Now Gavin Bloor's put the business into administration. It's up for sale. The administrators need expressions of interest to be in by Monday. That's Monday, November the 6th. Bloor said we had too little time to turn it around. The business was based on certain revenue expectations, and when a sizable chunk of that is suddenly not there, it's not possible to make it up in the time frames that we had. The administrator's name, Trent McMillan there, and Ernie Chow from MAC. Go to print21.com.au to find that link, and you'll need to sign an NDA, of course, and then you'll be given an information pack. That's it for this week's issue of Print21, coming to you from representing the wine industry. With label printers, wine label printers, we'll be hoping they'll be getting back to producing those 100 million bottles, 100 million labels a year. Thanks to our sponsor, Bulletin. Go to print21.com.au for all these stories and more you won't find anywhere else. This is Wayne Robinson signing off for another week.